He's Frank Vogel, the Orlando Magic head coach. He was fired as the head coach of the Pacers back on May 5th. He joins us with our Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Coach, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dan Patrick. How you doing?
Good, sir. Let me ask you about this home court advantage, because Toronto is really good at home, and then they go to Cleveland, and they're terrible. How does that happen, that you go an hour, and all of a sudden you're a completely different team?
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen this much of a contrast in your home play versus your road play in any playoff series. It's a little bit unique. Obviously teams are going to play better at home. They're more comfortable. The fans are behind them. More adrenaline. It's just tougher to play on the road. But I think this is a unique situation where the contrast is so great.
Have you ever had a great speech at halftime when you're down big?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes you light your guys up a little bit, and sometimes it's not always about getting into your guys, but hey, we got to make some tactical adjustments. And when we do this, the second half results are going to be better than the first. So sometimes it's about your fire, sometimes it's about your strategy, and certainly there's been times where, my halftime speech wasn't very good.
Have you ever not said...
times where I felt like it impacted it.
Have you ever not said anything at halftime?
Nothing. I think there's been times where, we come in and, we might go over a couple of things. But you know what? We know what we have to do. We know what we have to do. Okay, we got to do it. If we don't do it, we're not going to win, But I don't think I've ever come in and just said nothing.
Because that would really mess with him, Coach, where you just come in and go, you disgust me. And then you just walk out. Or you just look at him and you just walk out shaking your head.
Yeah, I haven't done that before.
We're talking to the new Orlando head coach, Frank Vogel. Let me look, before we look ahead, let me look back. Do you look back on Indiana and say, if I'd only done this or we'd only done that, I'd still be employed there?
Well, I think if we won Game 7, I'd probably still be there because I like that chances with some of the other matchups. But you can't really second guess things like that, and you do the best job you can, and you let the chips fall where they may. And I was very proud of the body work what we had in Indianapolis and with the Pacers all 6 years that I was there as the head coach. And it was I guess a change was needed, and I'm looking forward to this new opportunity now.
But you also look at style. Everybody wants to copy what the great teams are doing, whether it's in football, the way the Patriots do it, basketball with Golden State. Can you actually change your style? And is that the style that everybody's going to go to because of Golden State's success?
Well, I think you can definitely change your style. I think your team's identity and style of play is predicated on the strengths and weaknesses on the roster. And obviously you have a style of coaching that you're comfortable with, and you want to emphasize certain things on the offensive end, defensive end, what's important to you. Your team will become what you emphasize. But, I think, my mindset is, you can't go out and try to be Golden State when you don't have Golden State's personnel. Now, that doesn't mean you can't take some of the ways that they play and, their quick strike offense and how they space and the switching flexibility that they play with. It doesn't mean you can't take some of those things and, apply it to your team, where, in situations where you have the personnel to do some of those things. I think I will definitely, and I think most coaches are trying to do some of that, but we're not trying to become the Golden State Warriors, obviously.
What is Oklahoma City doing to Golden State?
To be honest, I haven't watched all the games, but, I know they're playing big and trying to impose their style of play on the Warriors. I know they're doing a lot of switching, which is taking away, some of the ball movement that Golden State has. They're going to live with some isolation play, which Golden State has excelled at, in burning matchups like that. And, they're going to try to pick their poison a little bit and live with some of that stuff. But I think they're understanding the challenge that's in front of them. You're playing against a 73-win team, the best team in the history of regular season basketball. So, you're going to have to reach an elite level, and they're finding it.
Would you rather avoid Golden State, Oklahoma City, or Cleveland?
Would I rather avoid them?
Yeah, if you had to play, let's say next round, you could choose who you wanted to face. Who would you choose?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. They're just three heavyweights. Me personally, I'd probably avoid LeBron James. I haven't had a whole lot of success, advancing past LeBron James, so I might choose him.
Is there a way to, go? Is there a game plan for LeBron?
Of course, there's a game plan for everyone, and obviously I've got great experience in playing against him. So, there's not enough time in this interview to go over all that stuff, but it's really about getting, being strong on the ball with him and making sure that, you're very, very sharp with your helps and you're helping the helper because he's one of the best in the league at reading help defense when he gets into the lane and gets penetration, and then just reading where the help is coming from and using his elite passing or his elite decision-making to pick you apart.
Tougher to defend, Steph Curry or LeBron James?
Tie. It's a tie.
Oh,
even.
Come on, Coach. There's no ties.
You got to pick sides. I don't have to pick sides. I got to play against both of those guys.
Well, you're going to face LeBron more than you will Steph Curry.
Yeah, this is true. But on the night that I play Steph, I don't want him thinking who I chose.
I know you'll have high expectations, but the expectations of management in Orlando has to be a little different than Indiana. You didn't win, Game 7, and it cost you your job. In Orlando, those expectations are lowered a little bit, I would imagine. Is that fair to say?
I don't know. I think this group is ready to take a big step, and I think everybody in this organization feels the same way. So, I think the expectations are higher this coming year than they've been. I personally want them that way, and I want our guys, believing that we're going to take a big step and we're going to be a playoff team next year, and we're going to build something on the court that's going to lend us to believe that we're going to have success in the playoffs. I believe that I can give that to this team. I believe we have the personnel to do it, and I'm looking forward to getting started with these guys.
Do you have kids, Frank?
I do.
How did it go over that you're selling Orlando to your kids?
Well, I have great 12 and 10-year-old daughters, and they're very rooted in Indiana with a lot of friends. And, they're going to be they're upset about having to leave them. But, my thing with this is, if we had to leave Indiana where we're so happy, let's find some place that is a good place to continue my basketball journey and a good place for my family to see as a landing spot. And to have the world of Disney right around the corner for us is definitely appealing. The warm weather, this is an attractive place to live. So I really think my daughter is going to love it down here. They see that. But obviously it's a tough process.
Yeah, but they're going to get to that point where they hate dad, or dad's, dad doesn't understand them. So you're right on the verge of getting that, I think, with once they get to 12, 13, 14, all of a sudden, no matter what you say or do, it's not going to be the right thing.
Right. Well, I'm bucking that trend. My relationship with my daughters is special, and that's not going to happen in this parent-daughter relationship.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, Coach. Yeah, I felt the same way with my 3 daughters, and then they look at you sideways.
Every dad does,
yes.
Right?
Yes. Hey, congrats. Good luck in Orlando, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Dan. Take care.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.